Peanut butter, because I'm allergic. A platypus. Don Knotts and Ariana Grande. I had always grown up in a really solid Christian home. Like both sides of my family, my parents were grandparents were really solid people. I mean, they weren't like youth pastors or worship leaders or anything, but they were really like solid faith people. And so I'd always grown up hearing about God. I'd grown up in Cedar Crest, and I just knew who God was. And I mean, that's just how it. That's just what I believed, and I never thought anything different. So in first grade, I decided that I wanted to get saved. You know, went to Johnny Mac, said that prayer, and got baptized, and that's kind of how it was. And my mentality was, rather than being faithful to God, I would rather be just a good person, and not just to be a good person, rather than being a good person for God. So going into middle school, I wanted to share my faith with other people, and the problem with me doing that was I wasn't doing it the way God was telling me to do it, and I was doing it the way I wanted to do it. Biggest thing it did to me was make me very judgmental towards people. I just had this mentality like, if somebody did something bad, like they're automatically not a Christian or something like that. You know, I'd hear somebody in the hallways cussing, and I'd yell at them or something and make sure everybody could hear me and say, don't do that, that's a sin, and you know, stuff like crazy stuff like that. And I basically became a hypocrite because I would tell people to stop doing things that I couldn't stop doing myself. A friend of mine had invited me to lead this Bible study, but kind of turned out that Bible study was, I guess corrupt is the best word for it. You know, the people that were leading it, all we did was really argue, and it didn't really do any good for any believers or any non-believers especially. And one day one of the members decided he wanted to talk bad about one of my friends, and I just got mad at him, and one day I just snapped and said, hey, if you call yourself a Christian, then you're a liar. When I was sitting in class that day, later afterwards, I was just kind of, my gears started turning. I started thinking, well, why is it okay for me to tell him not to do that, but I talk bad about people all the time? So I kind of realized how hypocritical I'd become, and how judgmental I'd come towards people, and it's the first time I realized, man, I think I'm doing something wrong. So that summer going into before 7th grade, that's when I truly gave my life to Christ, and yeah. I've really just loved people now, like unconditionally, like even people I don't even know that well, I just truly love them. And I think that's just something God's put in my heart. It's like I've never loved people like this before, and even no matter who they are, I just love people, and I love them for a purpose, and that's because God's called me to it. And another thing is, I've just become a servant. Like, I just love to serve people. If someone says, hey, I need somebody to do this, automatically I'll say, you know, I got you. You know, I just love to serve people. I think just the people in our youth group has really affected me through my spiritual walk with God. I have you know, 2 or 3 accountabilities with different people in the youth group, and I especially really appreciate the older guys, because I mean, I didn't know too many people at first, and it was really awkward. And now that I get to know these people, I mean, some of these guys are really good guys, and you know, I'm a little nervous about going to West Monroe, but these guys have really helped me ease my nerves and know that things are going to be okay, and showed me how to live like Jesus. I'm Brendan McClain. I'm going to be a freshman at West Monroe, and this is my story.